thing. Now, when you look at UEFA Nations League, you look at AFCON. Yes, AFCON is a major tournament. We've all agreed on that. What? What do you say?
AFCON is the key continental competition.
We're having a good time. I'm glad that Ancelotti's gone. I love it here, the atmosphere, the Bernabeu. It is great. I don't do if buts, if maybes. I do absolutes. FIFA just favors Messi for the fact that he's in this competition is
by
a bit
force.
sus. So I'm predicting penalties. When Mamelodi Sundowns people will be sliding on the touchline, it's a penalty. You try and mark Messi, chigi, it's a penalty.
Yeah,
I know that's what's gonna happen.
Now it looks better live. Mara, I don't like the jersey. I feel like whenever these companies, whenever Africa's going to a world stage, they always try and Africa the thing a little bit too much.
Of picking up players.
He's shown in the past that he doesn't like
Chiefs fans are just mad.
No,
how many you being mad? You're mad.
How many
You're
times?
mad at the fact that your team ain't shit.
Bruce, how many
your
times?
team didn't do shit.
What do you mean?
That's why they.
No,
so Nico Mobi did something at Supersport.
They almost got relegated.
Nico Mobi
Anyway.
did something at
No,
Supersport.
I think it's bigger than that.
Ricardo Goss did something.
Benny McCarthy secures his first win with Kenya. How do you guys feel about that?
Yes, I will give him credit for maybe pyramids to say, I think Urulani is a champagne coach.
Yeah.
He's a sushi coach. So
Top notch, top flavor.
there's no other richer team in Africa, I believe, than pyramids. If our coaches had those bases, like if our coaches had the support, like if Africa was saying that Coach Pitso is the best African coach ever,
Yeah.
do you think that maybe it might be easier to convince people that side?
To take them on.
I, for one, I don't agree with that statement.
Yeah.
Kuna bo Harry Kane, kuna bo Bellingham, kuna bo
Bellingham,
Foden.
Trent, Tony, pressure.
What pressure?
Finally, we check out the newest, freshest footballing show. But it's not just about football, it's also about the banter. It's on a league of its own. Onside the banter league. It's the banter league.
It's nice. Yeah, I was like,
It's looking fresh.
like there's this space, you know what I'm saying? Like
There's
There's only one Chelsea kid, so
I want to propose a toast, boy.
wow,
Propose
crazy,
a toast, boys.
crazy. Are these branded?
Yes, my brother. Don't spill there.
Oh shit.
Shout outs to
Shout outs to
Onside's new studios.
oh yeah.
Yes, sir.
Oh, nigga.
Bluetooth toast lapo to the ghost. Super Sabaskis.
He doesn't have
We
a
are
mug.
with you in spirit. Hey yo, what's good, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Onside's Banter League. Ronaldo in the building. Yes, my friends. Listen.
alright.
They say he was old.
He almost died.
They
there on
said
the
he was
pitch.
washed.
Mhm.
They said he went to Al Nassr, didn't win anything, but all these people won trophies. Benzema won a trophy, Neymar won a trophy, and he just keep on missing these things by just this little much. People hated on him. He got knocked off
included.
early in the World Cup. Hey, my goat. CR7 once again.
He must
Marake
retire.
Nations League.
Scotland Nations League.
No, Nations
Marake
League is
Nations
tough.
Yeah,
What are you
you
talking
know.
about?
What do you mean?
You don't like you don't mess with Nations League.
Just like Chan for Europe.
Oh.
No. But if Yamal and Spain had
just
won
saying.
it, no. Because now we're not talking about the media backing Yaha Yamal. Because right now, suddenly, no, he's got media backing. He's got media backing.
What did he call him?
What do you call him this
Let's
time?
try again. Let's
No. You said
Guys, kitlakata.
Oh yeah, all right.
Kinalingbo yalla.
Yeah.
Kinalingbo Arab nyana.
Okay.
No.
Habibi.
Yeah.
Let's
Habibi
talk about
level.
it. Last week, people were having me for saying what I said about Jamil, and I still stand by it. I think he is a brilliant footballer.
That's not what you said.
It doesn't matter.
That's not what you
He's a
said.
brilliant footballer. He's obviously young, talented. 17 years of age. The things he's won, what he has done in the game, what he's doing to old people in that field is insane.
No, he cooked though.
Yeah, but also like there's still shoes that he needs to fill.
Guys.
Who's
Motu takes one episode off, and I come back and I hear all of these things.
Hey, you should
that
have
are
been here when he
being
was
said.
because you didn't say Yamal is a great player. What he said was he said he's an okay player.
Aye.
He said he's overhyped.
I said that, and then Shots
ultimately.
set me up.
So you say Shots is the
Shots
reason.
in the edits set me up because the clips made it sound like I said this guy is a
But that's
terrible
what
player.
you didn't say he's a terrible player.
Guys,
You just said he's a
guys, Cristiano and Messi weren't doing this at that age.
Yeah, but you know what?
They weren't doing it at they weren't doing it at that age.
So let's have the discussion, gay.
Do
do you think he's got a lot of media backing? Because right now, suddenly all the things that he starts to accomplish and win
Yeah.
are suddenly the qualifying criteria for the Ballon d'Or. It's like they're trying to push this thing. I would say he's in front, eh?
Oh, Sekgowa bundle.
Faka English stuff.
If we're only 10
He
minutes
is-
in, what's happening?
He is in
Not even
conversations
10.
for the Ballon d'Or. I just think he hasn't had a great season compared to the other people who are in the chats.
What are his titles
What's it?
for the season? Because
Euros,
you got the Euros.
He won the Euros.
Okay.
Euros.
He's got the
and
league.
He got the league. Yes.
and that other one.
He's got a final of the Nations League.
Yes.
No, let's move that.
Why
If you
not?
didn't-
Why are you
did
taking it away?
Did you win it?
But you're in the final.
But then
No,
also
but you
individual
didn't.
performances kind of do
it's
contribute to
he's in the final.
that.
No, I hear what you're saying, eh? But like, did he win it?
Does it matter?
It does matter.
It does
Abe,
matter.
I've
What I'm
got so many gripes.
What
You're
grabs
gonna,
you
you're gonna
talking about,
mention
George?
Modric. I know that for
Not
sure.
Madrid.
Nah,
You're
We're
gonna
speaking about Vini. Vini won the league.
Yeah,
when
and
it
then
was
he didn't
when it was
win it.
Ballon d'Or
Exactly.
time.
Exactly.
Your
So-
guys said that he didn't win.
And
but
before
it
the match, I had some rumors with if Nations League might count because they wanted to favor for
Guys,
Yamal.
Nations League. If you get into the story of Nations League, it's actually
Tell us the viewers at
tell us,
home
what
what's
are
the
you- what
story
are you
behind
saying?
it because we
Okay,
need to be educated. George.
here's one of the problems with Nations League. Nations League is the European countries basically aligning their friendlies.
Okay.
But did you know that the Nations League counts more than or equal to the AFCON in the points when you speak about world rankings?
All right.
So then it counts for something,
Yeah,
doesn't it?
but should it count more than AFCON? It doesn't count more than the Euros.
Yeah, no, but
And then what happens is when those guys play together,
Mm.
the points for the world rankings do what?
They don't match up.
They stay that side.
yeah.
We keep playing each other. We're the strongest teams. It means that the other guys in the world can't compete.
Now, okay.
UEFA has done something.
Okay,
there.
now,
And that's Yavu.
now here's my thing,
What
right?
Nazis?
We
Okay.
it's going back to that whole conversation about AFCON being a major tournament,
Mm.
right? It's
Yeah.
going back to that thing. Now, when you look at UEFA Nations League, you look at AFCON. Yes, AFCON is a major tournament. We've all agreed on that.
Yes.
What? What are you saying?
AFCON is the key continental competition.
Yes.
It's the same as
As
the Euros.
Euros.
Yes.
It
That's
has
what
to be the
Euros.
same as the Euros.
The points should be the same.
The points should be
Yeah,
the
yeah,
same.
yeah.
Should or are?
Should. It's not is.
Okay. Oh, so it not is.
Okay, why
not-
is
I'm
it
gonna- I'm
not?
gonna get-
Why
we're-
is it not?
We're basing it off. No, you know what it is. The reason why I think that it's not because we're basing it off what's more. Number one, probably funded. Number two, has the most press on it right now. AFCON has its press, but we're not looking at to the level extent of like
But
the
it's
Euros.
a continental tournament.
It's a
isn't it?
continental continent, but it doesn't have that funding backing. the
So-
backing compared to the other international tournaments,
Is
the European
backing
ones.
what makes it a lesser tournament?
Currently, right now, there's a
I don't know
situation we
infrastructure,
face.
George.
No.
We have-
I'm saying
Mm.
it's a continent. The name,
Yeah.
it's a
Yeah.
continental tournament.
Yes.
Of course.
So if it's a continental, whether it's CONCACAF,
Mhm.
whether it's I'm forgetting the one from South America.
Yeah.
All of those things are meant to be on the same level by virtue of them being FIFA tournaments that are
Yeah.
defined as that.
100%.
I'm-
It
meant
can't
to.
be. It can't be about backing and media
Mhm.
unless we're saying that other continents are inferior by
by backing
default.
by backing off media. We're saying they're inferior by backing off media. Not because the thing is, guys, we must look at it at not what it should be, but what it currently is. And what it currently is
Yeah.
is that these other ones have a better backing and are at higher valued than AFCON.
Is the
Currently.
does media and spending on advertising
Mm.
make a tournament that is sanctioned less than? That's what I'm saying. It's
shouldn't.
not supposed to.
But
It's not
it
supposed to do
is.
that.
You get what I
also
mean?
Let
My
me
thing
throw a
is it
spanner in the
is.
works. So you're talking about respecting the African competitions, whatever
Yeah.
the case might be. But also you find players who are African who play in Europe and sometimes they don't attend the competition. Sometimes the teams
Mm.
or their respective clubs don't allow them to go out to play such competitions. Why do you think that is? Is it because Europeans in general don't value African football
Yes.
in a
Yes.
sense, or the
Yes.
players themselves are not speaking loud enough to say, "Hey guys, Mina, I'm Egyptian. I need to go play there." I'm
No, there are many players
Cameroonian.
that do that.
Mm.
But the problem is that, like, okay, firstly, calendars are not aligned. We know that issue.
Yes.
But the issue is also that who's meant to be the one that respects the thing? Because what CAF is meant to say is, okay, Des, don't come.
Mhm.
Remember that your visa to go that side
Yeah.
has to do with what you do in the national team.
Yeah,
That's why most
100%.
of them come back every now and then,
Mm.
right? So you should be
Must
stronger
play
on
Onana.
that.
You must just be an Onana in life and just go play now and go catch a flight
Guys.
later and come back
You're
to Man United
disrespecting
training.
us, guys.
No, but George, you can agree that let's not talk about shoulds and ifs, right? Let's talk about what's the current situation of it right
Yeah.
now. Is that looking at it holistically, your CAFs, your AFCONs, when you look at it,
Yeah.
in terms of respectable ranking societally, they are not at the same level as your.
But there's
no,
this-
I'm saying no. Can you?
subjective.
Is how subjective to who?
Okay, I'll give you one.
Hmm.
Here we go. How hard is it to watch CAF Champions League games? So if
As an African?
as an African,
It's very easy.
it's not.
As an African,
As an African, it's not.
you're not.
That's
going on the
only
right website.
recent.
Okay,
AFCON is
okay.
recent.
Of
Yeah, yeah.
recent.
So now, when Europe says to Africa, guys, when you carry our stuff, you must show it.
Mm.
The English Premiership is more accessible than a lot of the African leagues.
100%.
So
African
then,
it's continental competitions.
continental competitions,
Okay.
African leagues. I can't put on the Egyptian
general,
league
yeah,
today.
yeah.
But I can put on what's happening in Belgium. I can put on what's happening in Germany now on SABC, on Supersport.
Yeah.
So now, when they've done that work, does that mean that that's more valuable? No.
Okay,
It
okay,
means that
I
team-
hear where
you
coming
get what I
from.
mean?
I
It's
get
The
what you
funding
mean.
that I was
So
saying.
you have been told that no, it's not even about funding. CAF is sleeping, right? You have
The
been
problem
told
is
that
the-
Chelsea's
is CAF.
fire.
So the problem is
Yeah.
CAF.
I don't know, okay, Petey, you're old, chief. Remember in the 90s. Remember in the 90s and the early 2000s when you didn't have DSTV.
Yes.
PSL was top.
Was top, obviously.
It was
because
top. You had
Prime time
nothing
TV.
else. It was top.
Saturday,
That's
Sunday.
all
it's
you could
onside.
watch.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Have they not done that to us now?
Okay, I get you. You make a point, except for the fact that I'm old. I don't know.
You know, it's crazy. When he threw
If you're old.
when he threw that one in, I was like, George, where are you
Yeah,
landing?
George,
on this
yeah,
one?
like-
He spoke before the show started that PD remembers when TV used to go off.
That's
Yes.
a wild time in life.
It used to go off.
And I wasn't born then. That's crazy.
But yeah, boys, so I mean, I don't know how we got there, but we are here. We're talking about the whole media
thing is
backing
changed.
thing. So, but Portugal became 2 times Nations League winners
Yeah.
with an epic victory over defending champions Spain. Right? Penalty shootout. Ronaldo scored a very important goal.
Morata.
I tried to look for Yamal in the game. I didn't find him. So
Why no? What did he do to you?
he
Joe?
did nothing to
What
me.
did he
Why are
do
you
to
hating? No, the
Why are you
boy,
hating?
the boy. You see the
Am I
same
hating
effort.
by saying that I watched the game and I looked for him and he was nowhere
No,
to
but
be
you
found?
can't say he wasn't
Do you know
nowhere to be
Kimang?
found.
Nuno freaking Mendes.
wait.
Had him in the side pocket. Genie.
No.
This small one here. What he did to the child is unforgivable.
I don't know. So watching the
And
game,
he's a
Wait.
minor.
Super sub. You watch the same match I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So then, what made Yamal not perform in that game?
not
This-
perform.
He performed, but I think the brilliance of Mendes cannot be
Thank you.
outplayed. I
No,
think
but you can't say
Mendes had a stellar game,
Yes.
and it does not take away that Yamal was there. He
What
was
did
trying.
he do? What did he do in the match?
He didn't do much.
So that's unfair.
That's
What do you mean
unfair.
it's unfair?
That's
No,
unfair.
Did you,
But aren't we talking about the same game, guys?
no, we're talking about the
I'm not
same
talking about
game.
his history and what he's
But a
capable of. I'm
performance
talking about the
up to the
game.
final
Yes.
also counts.
It's a game that
Ah.
mattered. It's a final game.
Yeah, he had a slight better, like he had a bad day at the office. Not
But
Because
not
of
bad.
what? Because
So
of Mendes.
bad.
Because of Mendes.
Wait. So if I score in a final,
Mhm.
I haven't played.
Yeah.
I'm a sub.
Yeah.
I come in, the last minute, I hit a goal.
Yes.
Now all of a sudden I'm player of the season, player of the
Not player of the
tournament,
season, but game changer.
player of the tournament,
Big game changer.
But now you're looking past everything else that everybody's
I'm
done
not. You know why? Mina,
because you hate Emil.
no.
Okay, but George, did he have a good game?
Did he have a good game? Nah. No.
No, I think he had an okay game,
Yeah.
but
An
it doesn't
okay
mean
game,
you
But
take it
according to
away.
his standards and what he has been,
Capable of.
Okay, can I ask you this?
Yes.
What is Mendes' standard?
well, Mendes has been in PSG
Defend.
doing
No,
defensi-
Nyabuza.
defensively. He's been
In-
great.
in
I
this
think he's the
tournament.
greatest left back right now since Marcelo.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes. Since
Yeah, yeah.
Marcelo. Since Marcelo. Give me a shout.
Who else? Cross from Chiefs.
Yes.
Oh, Suka.
Come on, man.
Bradley.
Yo, Chiefs players trying to sneak themselves in.
Bradley.
But can I say, I don't think we can't say he wasn't there or he wasn't trying his best. Because you know what it was giving? It was giving how he tried his best in UEFA, but he just couldn't make it. The same person I saw trying was the same person I saw in this game as well.
Agreed.
But it was just like...
But it depends
Ghana.
also who his opposition is. So if you're facing a very top notch on top of his game left back, at the end of the day, if he's not allowing you, even Ronaldo himself, he had to go run back and tackle the poor child. And people are saying, Ronaldo, why are you tackling the poor child? The poor child has got very busy fingers. He
Okay.
tweets a lot. He posts a lot of stuff.
Oh,
He's-
so is that what this is
This
about?
is what it is.
Is it because he talks too much on socials?
He talks too much, but he couldn't back it up.
Nigga hate.
Oh, nigga, hate,
He couldn't
yeah.
back it up. The match before, the winning match, the winning goal he scored, he celebrated like who? Isn't that a subliminal to the goats? Him saying that, as in, I've arrived, I can feel these shoes. You're just 17, my brother. You haven't even lost your baby teeth. You just arrived.
Jesus, boys.
He's hating.
But-
He's hating, bro.
But-
Back
This
in
is
my
not
day, we
him.
couldn't
Back in my
tweet.
day, we couldn't
tweet.
tweet.
We
Back
waited
in my
for
day,
Sunday
we
Times
made our
on Sunday.
game. Our game
We had to
determined
buy
how
it.
we played. Oh.
Ah, see, another old guy. See, he likes the old guy.
Yeah, he likes the
no,
old
no,
guy.
no.
He hates the youth.
I don't hate the youth, but okay. Jokes aside, I think Ronaldo showed Yamal Uguti. He's got big shoes to fill. He's obviously the next biggest star in football, in the world of football. But Ronaldo showed him, my brother.
But then again, Ronaldo weren't doing this at that age. They weren't doing this at that age.
Okay, so how old was he when Ronaldo won his first Ballon d'Or?
His first Ballon d'Or, he was 20,
20 something.
22 or
20-something.
something.
So
I'm
maybe
not
20,
sure.
22, 23.
Super sub,
I
you'll
think.
check. Yeah.
But like, guys, let's this guy just turned 18, 17.
17.
He just turned
No,
17.
I don't hate
also.
on him. He's a brilliant player, and maybe it's because it's the Madrid in me that just doesn't want to admit at the fact that he's
Wait, can I flip it on you though?
yes.
I hear your point about there's a lot of hype around him.
Mm.
Do you think that this day and age warrants the hype? Was social media what social media was when Messi and
doing
Ronaldo
the
were at their
things.
peaks?
So there could have been more
So,
noise
so Ronaldo won his first Ballon d'Or at the age of 23.
yeah,
at the age of 23.
Yeah.
Um,
Is it that maybe?
It's warranted, but also we live in a life of fast fingers, microwave generation.
Yeah.
Whatever happens now, it must happen now. You can talk trash, you can post, do something to play mind games. And I think Yamal is, whatever his moves are justifiable. He's an absolute exceptional player.
Yeah.
And I'm not taking that away from him. But I think in a final like that, when your name is up for Ballon d'Or chats and this is on the line, it's the Nations League, whatever, and you need to be winning something. And Ronaldo pulled up for the team. So
Yeah.
my thing is, okay, who carries Barcelona? Who is the star in Barca that can carry the whole team?
Okay.
Carry the team when the team needs him the most, he carries it. I mean, Ronaldo's like 49, he's like 40.
Mario was carrying Al Nassr.
Yeah, no, but that's
But then-
what
We're talking about his nation. And
Yeah,
he's
Maragiri
got
asked Barcelona.
a very crucial
I
goal.
think he
was
meant
carrying-
Spain, George. I think
Yeah.
he meant Spain.
Oh, he meant
you.
no,
Yeah?
no, because he said.
Oh, I meant Spain.
Oh,
Sorry,
you
my
meant
bad.
the country. I was about to say that.
My apologies. So I mean, who carries the team?
Well, in the Euros, wasn't he one of the top goal scorers?
He was.
He was.
Wasn't he one of the best players?
He was.
Yes.
Did he
He was.
not carry Spain to
He
the
carried,
Euros?
he carried technically, and then he carried.
So what
them
happened?
down.
What happened with this game?
Morata
Dog, it's
happened.
one
Were they
game,
outplayed?
guys.
Morata
It was a
happened.
final.
It's one game.
Morata happened.
Morata happened.
As
Then,
soon as that Bruce stepped up,
no.
I was like, it's giving Brian Habana. It's giving Springbok. I'm about to score a try or something. But
Can I tell you, the moment he stepped up, I'm like, Morata?
Morata,
And
where
then I'm
you
like,
been?
I literally turned around, I'm like, yeah, he's not scoring.
Wait.
I literally called it.
More Chelsea rejects, just making
No,
football
and that's
look
the
really
reason
bad.
why. Because I knew,
On
I know
that-
what we developed on him.
On that, does the Morata theory continue? Remember, they used to say that Morata's there to move monies between clubs.
No, he
That's
is.
what he
Is
does.
he moving
Bro,
trophies between countries?
He's got like 11 professional shirts in his house that he's won for professional clubs.
And none of them.
None of them. But yeah, congratulations to Ronaldo. I think it's silent the haters. I think Bru is fit enough to have an impact in the game. So I still respect him as a great player. He's not Messi.
Yeah. But he was
course.
crashing out. Hey, did you see during the penalty shootout? Hey, the boy couldn't look. He was just there.
He wanted his
leaning
moment.
on
Like playing
people's
for his cup,
shoulders.
he's playing for his nation means a lot to him.
Yeah.
So whenever he wins, doesn't matter. People saying he was looking for a Messi moment, there on the knees there, so that people can come and no one came.
Oh yeah, because he was there. He was on some for 5 minutes straight.
Yeah.
5 minutes straight. You're
He
on your
wanted-
knees trying to
Wait,
celebrate.
do you think that Ronaldo still has enough for the World Cup?
I think he might do something.
Does Portugal stand a chance?
He's a goal scorer. And if you're looking at age, remember Gigi Buffon.
Okay.
Like how old did he play? He played until he was how old?
But he's a
He was
goalkeeper,
pushing
G.
50.
So what?
He was-
He can just be a Gabuza.
stands on his line.
Ronaldo can be a Gabuza
Oh,
up front and just tatsela the ball. Ntwana.
Do you know how much energy it takes to dive? Bone marrow. That nigga's fighting arthritis. You want to talk about this? Come on, boy. Come on. Let's respect goalkeepers.
Yeah,
No, but next to strikers, outfield players.
No, I hear what you say, but George, it's reflexes. Your reflexes you have at 20, you won't have them when Buffon was playing at 48.
But then I need to use all my reflexes outside for 90 minutes.
You're playing the same
more
90
pitch,
minutes.
more pitch to
You're-
cover.
More.
But anyway, he won. He's got a medal, and that's it. But there's more exciting football. It's been said because a lot of football is diminishing, but there's a lot of stuff that's happening.
We have to watch national football.
We have to watch national
I
football.
don't know. I love national football. I don't know why you guys
Cease.
hate on it so
We're
much.
not hating on it.
It's like crossover
I'm hating on it.
episodes, bro.
Cease.
Like
It's
it's
good.
nice.
It's good. Besides Arsenal not making any signings, not making
We
noise.
signed Zubimendi. Well, it's almost 95%.
95%. We're
not
waiting
even
for
done.
Here We Go from Fabrizio. But he has been saying that for a big club, we've got a record signing of 150 million, the most expensive German player to ever exist, or the most amount of money
Is
that's
he,
been
For a
paid
German
is he
player.
worth
for a
it?
German player. I get what you meant.
That's why I looked at you. I'm like, that's tough. That's tough.
So we've got Wirtz coming to Liverpool for an astounding amount of 150 million pounds or euros. What do you guys think about the signing? Apparently, is he worth the hype when you're looking at football in general? Do you think he's worth the hype? Where do you see him fitting under Slot's style of play? Because we've got Szoboszlai who can play a 10, but he's not much of a creative. Where does this put him in the game?
Do you need him or do you need honest lot signings?
I think what we need is to sign a brilliant player who's generational, because I think right now what we're looking at is that,
generational is a good word.
yeah, because
Is he generational?
yes,
Generational is
I
a
think
good
he's generational talent, and his amount is going to be proven. Here's what I'm thinking: what Liverpool's doing also by signing such an amazing player and spending all this money. FSG is the greedy sons of bitches. They're very greedy and they're very stingy, right? So they bought him. I think in the next 2 years with Salah's contract, he's going to be the face of Liverpool, because Salah's contract is going to be gone in 2 years. So Slot is building another army. I think 2 years is enough for him to prove himself. Because we've had a lot of flops, big signing flops. If I were to mention,
Here comes the
Man
names.
City-
Here comes the
goes the-
names.
we all know
No.
Let me say. We all know
one of the
the names.
biggest. One of the biggest.
1, 2, 3,
Nunes.
No.
Ah.
We didn't buy him for a big amount. Like, it's not even one of the biggest buys. I'm talking about people who clubs pay for a lot of money. Let's talk about Jack Grealish, for example.
Okay.
How many games has he played? And I think his time there was
Mara injuries
a
a
waste.
thing.
What do you mean
Wow,
injuries
Mara
a thing?
injuries
It wasn't
a
injuries.
thing.
It wasn't
He
injuries.
just didn't fit
You
into
know,
that
he
team.
fit. I don't think. Listen,
De Ligt is another one. Paid a lot of money for. Rice is the only price tag, man with the price tag on him that kind of made sense. Because Rice got to Arsenal.
You didn't think
yes.
De Ligt was enough?
For you guys?
No.
How many goals did you concede?
No.
How many
Hear
goals did Man United concede?
Hear me out.
For
Okay,
you
yes.
guys, he didn't flinch.
No,
He
no,
didn't
no.
flinch. Hello,
No,
Man
I thought
United.
about it. No.
Hello, Man
No.
United. We've known.
You know,
Glory,
no.
glory,
You know what the
man.
problem
Come,
is? You guys are haters. And
How is it hating?
no, it is hating.
These are
Because
big
anything
flops
Man
and
United.
signings.
De Ligt maybe like first like.
Anthony, number 2. Flop. Big
But-
signing,
but
big money,
Is that
flop.
an Anthony problem or a Man United problem?
We're talking about big signings money-wise, and they were flop in their
But
clubs.
I don't think De Ligt was a De Ligt maybe the first like 2 seasons were like, no, you see, I'm flopping here a little bit, ne? But he did pick up eventually, and he fit into the chemistry of Man United.
Who
Anthony,
are we talking about?
talking about De Ligt. Anthony, it's up to
Chemistry
God.
to
man.
do what?
Chemistry to do what?
No,
Who's the
guys,
most expensive defender in the Premier League?
Van Dijk.
Van Dijk, I think.
No, not bought for, not worth. Like right now, talking about transfer, I think it was Maguire to Man United.
No. Maguire was. second,
Oh,
wasn't
you
he?
saying in
The most
like
in
expensive
history, wasn't
defender.
it?
in history?
It was Van Dijk, wasn't it?
I don't
No,
know
Van
if
Dijk, we
it's
bought
Van
him very cheap, my brother.
Who
Didn't
was the most
then.
expensive?
You bought him with Allison. He was one of the
Premier
most
League, all
expensive.
time.
Yeah,
All
like
time.
all
It has to
time.
be Maguire.
We're talking transfer, not value. then.
Yeah, not
Okay.
value.
Maguire
transfer.
was high, but I know.
But I don't think-
Van Dijk.
No.
No, I don't think it was
Can't
Van
be
Dijk.
Van Dijk. And you know I'm older than Van Dijk, bro.
Damn.
It's showing Jasko Vardiol from.
Oh, Guardiola.
Yeah.
Who's 2 and 3?
And
Yeah.
then
Yeah, lad.
Harry Maguire was 80 in 2019, 80 million pounds.
See what I mean?
Virgil van Dijk, 75 million.
Okay.
Oh, damn, so it was.
Yeah.
It was,
Very
yeah.
close. There was also
And this Wesley Fofana. I don't know why he's there.
what? What are we doing?
Hello.
here? So like a
Yeah,
brilliant
man,
player like
yes.
that, what does it take for him to prove his worth? Because when Coutinho left, went to Barca, we could see the worth why they paid the amount of money. But do you think it's going to be worth? It's going to be that things are going to balance his worth and his play.
I think the tough thing about Florian Wirtz is that you're playing in a team that has a Salah that had such an incredible season.
Mhm.
So the type of numbers that you're chasing when you're looking at him, you're looking at Mane, you're looking at all
Yeah.
of those guys,
Yeah.
it's tough.
It's tough because
Yeah.
people are
It's
looking.
tough.
The bar is so high,
It's so high. Plus, the price was so high.
and now the fans are unforgiving.
Yeah.
That's the thing because they're like, we paid so much money for you, you must reach these numbers.
Mm.
But
Now
but
it's-
was it worth it, that number though?
Hey, I don't know.
The
about
number
that. I don't
of?
think it was worth
The
it.
price tag.
I think any club would pay that amount for Wirtz.
Nah.
No.
150.
Those numbers are like
Okay,
Mbappe
do
numbers.
you know
Who's side by side with
Coutinho.
him in his position as number 10?
Who's side by side?
Yeah, who right now
All
would you
time.
say Sonke Wenanalo
Are we looking at now? Or are we looking at
Now.
price tag of 150?
now?
Yes, that's 150.
Forget
That's
the
a lot of money.
150.
Forget the money, but who would you buy for one?
Pep signed 4 players with that kind of money. 4 players.
No, Pep. I agree. Pep.
But Pep is also.
Yeah, I'm not the charges.
But
Yeah,
he's going
through a lot,
No, I'm just giving an example
Yeah.
of how much money that is compared to what other teams are doing. I mean, Liverpool spending 150 million.
22 years of age, I think is going to mature into a really, really big star player. And I think Ancelotti is building a
Mara
team.
Chief, you're signing maturity for 150.
He's
He's still going to develop.
Did you watch the match against
150.
was it Germany versus where they lost? I think.
Mm.
And he scored that header, and I'm just like, look at this guy already shining.
Nigga
He's like-
scores one header. He's a star.
Didn't Musiala
One
play so
header.
well for Germany last
like-
Euros with Wirtz there?
He's ahead of everyone. So
Oh, gosh.
Fritz likes to do this thing where he sees you in one game, then he's like Dewey. He spoke about Dewey
okay,
for like
people
2
at home, let
weeks
me know.
straight.
Let me know if it's
150
worth
is
it.
too much.
If it's worth
I don't know.
it. or
That's
not.
a crazy amount.
I
eh?
don't think so. You
Not
guys
even,
are
not
just
even Harry Kane is not even that much. He's like an 88. But
Speaking
So
of
he
Harry
scored
Kane,
in the Nations League
yes,
when the Germany lost to Portugal.
yes,
Is that the game you're referring to?
yes, that's the game I'm referring to. He
So
shines.
when Portugal beats other people, their value goes up.
Brits is biased.
I'm a
their
bias.
value
Like
goes
Portugal is
up,
not that
But
great.
I think he's a
Lamine Yamal
quality
goes
player.
down.
I'm just not sure about the price tag. I think it's just a lot of
That's
money.
a lot of money.
It's a solid
bro.
player. There's a couple of people as well who are going through the most. João Felix and Raheem Sterling will not be part of Chelsea's Club World Cup squad.
I think.
Are we surprised? João Felix is
I'm not
unfortunate for him
surprised.
because I think he's a good talent, but again, he hasn't been performing.
I'm
No,
just
no,
glad
I-
Sterling is out of my club.
And now,
Yo, please take him
what,
back.
What am I gonna do with Sterling? I told you I don't even want him
Nah.
back, bro.
Yeah,
I
Yo.
didn't want him in the first place, but yeah,
but
we
then he was
loved.
there. He ate some money and he was good. He was good.
He was good.
He was good.
And on the bench.
Oh.
He was good on the bench.
What is-
Any transfers on your guys' side that are quite exciting could
Oh,
be
shit, I just-
in Europe?
I just want a striker. I've
You-
been
Arsenal
calling
is
for a
not-
striker
You're
for the
gonna
past
beg
3
for a
years.
very long time.
Because
Georgie.
first 3 letters of your club's name, that's what you guys are. That's the problem. Right?
Yes.
Yeah, but an Arsenal has guns, and we need a striker.
Guns with no
So
bullets.
let's turn it around.
Guns
You're
with-
not gonna do that.
Guns,
to
no
me.
bullets. So there's a lot of business going on around the Club World
Yeah.
Cup, which we're gonna touch on, which starts
Ooh,
on Sunday or Saturday. I think
Sunday, 2 a.m.
done
Sunday
2 a.m.
We've
Done
got
deal as of 1 hour ago.
But-
Kevin De Bruyne to Napoli.
Yeah.
okay. Well, I mean,
Signed.
where is Napoli in the log?
Wait,
Napoli's
Napoli. Wait, he's gonna play with
Napoli won the league,
McTominay.
bro.
Yeah,
Won the
gonna play with
league, bro.
McTominay.
As
ne?
of 1 hour ago,
Yeah.
this just happened. Yeah.
Napoli won the league.
Sure, Max Sauce is gonna play with De Bruyne.
So it's an interesting
There you
one.
have
Wow.
Shout out to Kevin De Bruyne.
Leroy Sané joins Galatasaray.
I saw that.
Apparently,
No,
Kobe
that's done deal now. as
apparently he
well.
wanted a ton of money from Arsenal to sign him.
Really?
Sane.
Oh, Darwin
450K.
Nunes.
Arteta wouldn't.
A week.
Arteta wouldn't allow it. Angry, you said he hates stars.
Son is not a star chief. He was.
Was okay.
Your boy
And
is
then-
going to Atlantico, allegedly.
One.
What's his name? Nunes.
Darwin
He
Nunes.
can go to Chiefs.
He's
my
another
brother.
one that cost a lot of money and didn't show for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he can go to Chiefs. I
it's
would. I
about
couldn't care
45
less.
million though.
I couldn't care less.
That Liverpool spent on him.
Yeah.
Yes.
For
No.
Nunes.
I'm saying for him to go, his
It was-
market value.
Nunes was
currently.
over 60, eh? I think it was
Yeah.
over 60.
60. It was
Yeah,
a good amount. It was around the same time
How is
they
still
bought
45?
they bought Haaland in Man City. But yeah.
Okay.
So on other news today, we found out Alexander Arnold can actually speak Spanish.
I'm gonna let you go on this one. It's okay.
No,
It's okay.
I'm not upset.
Borla,
I'm
it's
not upset.
fine.
You see, me, I love the kid. Number 66, which now is done 6 plus 6 because he can't.
What's 66 in Spanish?
Ses.
Let's ask Trent.
Yeah, but speaking of which, I'm just surprised that this guy, he's been learning Spanish for 2 years.
Aye.
And then he goes there at the presentation of Real Madrid today. Nigga is speaking fluent Spanish. Even the Scouse accent is not there.
Do you think he was planning?
I
this
think
the
he
whole
knew now.
It's
Now
not
I'm pissed.
about you.
Now I'm pissed now.
Why are you
about
pissed?
you.
Because now, when did you learn Spanish?
Because he was planning to go to
No, not
Madrid.
when. Why did he learn Spanish?
Because when it's
so
going
you
to Real
want him
Madrid.
to Scouse, then Spain.
Yeah.
Of course, he needs to look good when he goes out and then.
I'd like to thank the
Oh.
lads about Jude
Like to thank
Bellingham
the
for
lads,
passing me the
Zikwa.
ball. We're having a good time. I'm glad that Ancelotti is gone. I love it here. The atmosphere at the Bernabeu, which is great. I don't do if buts if I maybes. I do absolutes.
What's up?
It shaked there.
Yeah.
It shaked a little bit.
But you know what? I'll give it to him.
It
I'll
shaked
give
a
it to
little
him. I'll
bit.
give it
So
to
he's
him.
an official Real Madrid player.
Yeah.
And we're saying he's very excited. So I'm kind of excited to see how he transitions from Liverpool into Spain and the amount of trophies he's gonna win. So yeah, that's another thing that's
Into
going
a
on
real
in the
big
football
team.
world.
If he wins the trophies.
So if he wins, he's gonna win trophies. He's gonna win a Champions League. He's gonna win La Liga and
The hurt.
Real
I can
Madrid
see
couldn't
the
do it
hurt.
with Mbappe, so oh no.
what's up with this guy and his hate for Mbappe, bro?
What's yours in Yamil?
I don't hate. I said Yamal is a great player.
Ah,
He just has a lot of media backing. That's all.
this is overhyped.
Not overhyped, but they're just doing too much.
That's overhyping.
They're doing too much.
That's
He
overhyping.
must win a final.
He has,
Let's
though.
just start there.
But he has. though.
Couple Kapiakala.
Yeah.
We might feel like football is gone, everything is closed, but there is some activity. Go to Inter Miami playing. And what are you mostly looking forward to with this tournament?
Jose Rivero at Al Ahly.
Man, the Sundowns is a weird fast.
Jose
Sundowns,
Rivero.
I think they must book tickets to come back very fast.
Did you see the percentage of like
The odds.
The odds of them winning? I looked at it. I'm like,
1%.
Ntwana. 1% of them winning.
That
Put $100 on Sundowns to win the Club World Cup. You can make some
Bro,
real
let me tell
money.
you, if you bet that right
If they
now,
go all
you'll
the
be a
way.
millionaire tomorrow.
Because
Nah,
anything
but
is
also
possible.
That
But also we know the FIFA just favors Messi. For the fact that he's in this competition is
by
a bit
force.
sus.
They
So
squeezed
I'm predicting penalties. Utla when Mamelodi Sundowns people will be sliding on the touchline, it's a penalty. You try and mark Messi, chiki, it's a penalty.
Yeah.
I know that's what's gonna happen. I just feel it in my heart.
Another 2022, you think?
If he wins it, I'm quitting football
Let's not say anything about that. Lali.
Okay.
forever. But how do you think they're gonna perform? So out of the 4 African teams that are there, Al Ahly, Mamelodi Sundowns, Esperance, and Wydad,
Yeah.
they all have like very low odds.
What are
with
they?
Esperance and Wydad 0% odds of winning the competition.
Mm.
Sundowns at least nearly 1%. And then Al Ahly 2% odds of them winning. How do you think African teams are gonna perform
Yeah.
in this competition?
I think the tough thing is that most of those teams have changed. Sundowns changed this year. Al Ahly literally changed now with Jose coming in. You look at Wydad, Rulani was officially kicked out like a month or 2 ago.
Yeah.
All of these teams are changing. There's no consistency at all with any of those teams.
Yeah.
So I think that's a very big factor into here, that a lot of them are just trying to find their way. ES Tunis maybe, but look, you have to win the games that you can win. So with Sundowns, if you can play Ulsan and you can beat Fluminense, which is something they've done before with Coach Pito, I think they can do well. Mara.
what is well?
Out of the group stages.
Okay.
I think
I
Sundowns
think
can
they
get
will-
out of the group stages.
They would. I was thinking about the same thing because even David was saying to us last week, he feels like they will do well in the group stages.
Yeah.
And then Masfela Pana, Nengakara, people who are doing things. And also, what's up with the shirt, Sundowns? Like, what's going on, guys? Like, Kikabu yellow or Kikabu mad? It was giving Nutella. It was
First of all, when you're not there
they way.
at the Club World Cup, so you can't say anything. We
Do you
decide
think
what
the jersey
we
is
need.
nice? Do you think the jersey is nice?
No, it's terrible. But what they at the end of the
George,
day,
what do you think of the jersey?
I don't like the jersey.
I don't either. But
We saw it live now. It looks better live. Mara, I don't like the jersey. I feel like whenever these companies, whenever Africa's going to a world stage, they always try and Africa that thing a little bit too much.
Like
to show
Cameroon
them that
invest.
we're representing the
Yeah,
whole nation.
representing,
Yeah.
it must be the sky and
And
the green
ground.
and the ground
And the grass in Mandela.
back to my roots. I'm sure they have a whole paragraph written about
Yeah.
it. Because if you look at the kits that Puma has done for the other teams, come on.
They're
so
fire.
much. Aye.
I think to add that brown to that yellow was a bit weird. They could have just gone with a different color and just stick to a solid color. It's not that I'm hating on Sundowns, but
But could you say that maybe they don't want to come off as Brazilians in that tournament?
but they are Brazilians
we are
to
Brazilians
us. Nje.
because-
Yeah, but are you gonna wear the golden,
Brazilian- yeah, no,
golden
no.
yellow of Brazil?
They're too similar. That's the thing as well. But can I ask you a question? Because I had this conversation earlier in the afternoon with someone saying that, no, we don't believe in all the African teams going to the Club World Cup because they're going to get out anyway.
Yes.
Now, is that mentality valid? That we're not going to, let's say us as Africans, we're not going to do well in the Club World Cup. Is that a valid mentality?
It's skewed.
It's skewed.
What do you mean?
Again,
skewed?
we sit with the Club World Cup where there's a ton more European teams. So the probability of just having the four African teams, I think it's 6 South American teams, and then you've got something like, is it 13 or 14?
There's 12 European teams.
It's 12. There are 12 European teams. Obviously, the odds are going to be to Europe.
against.
It's the same as a World Cup. It's the same as any of those things.
Mara Ghana ya forced to go World Cup. Hey, why
Morocco's the closest in semifinals, but even there, they've skewed it so much to Europe that for Sundowns, even you remember the old Club World Cup.
Yeah.
Or now they call it the Inter something Club Cup. If you look at it, they used to parachute the European team into the semis. So by the time you go and play Real Madrid, you've had to play 2 rounds before that. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think all of these tournaments are skewed in a way. It takes a miracle for you to do something there. You know, even if you're a really good team. I mean, how many big European teams can you play in a row? To go and win the thing? And it's not
But
just
also,
Africa.
What do you think, Prince?
To Sundowns' defense, I do want to say the Sundowns is an exceptional team. It's unfortunate they lost to the Champions League final. It just goes to show the strength of the team, the mentality of the players, and the amount of games they're playing over and above the other competitions that they're playing domestically. So I think they will do well, but I'm too scared because European football is normally faster than ours, and maybe conditions could play a role, and maybe Machita could be there. Go Times Square, they were forgetting that it's really game, but go Statue of Libertation, and then it could be a lot. So I have a feeling that they might do well, but I don't know as far as like 8-4. I don't know.
Can I ask a random question?
Yes.
If you were to take Sundowns and put them into a European league, where do you think Sundowns would finish?
Like the Premier League.
Which league?
Let's say
Like the Premier League.
Let's go
above
top
Man
5.
United.
Wow. Actually, that's not hard. That's not hard.
Above Man United.
Yeah.
Above Man United. Top 6 for sure.
No. Let's go through the top 5 leagues. French
Yes.
league. Where do you think Sundowns, as it is right now, where do you think it is?
Top 5.
6.
Top 5.
I don't see it as a top 5 league. I've seen the French league play. As much as it's a farmers league for PSG, they're very
Bro, Sundowns has got some
athletically
quality players. Like,
Yo, but
think
if-
about this.
Yeah.
Né? If you look at the Spanish team, how many Barcelona players are there?
Quite a few.
If you look at Bafana,
How many Sundowns players?
how many
are there?
Sundowns players are there? So
That's
this
because the rest of yours suck. It's not about
no,
you.
Bafana is doing
Relax,
yeah.
Chief. Relax, Chief.
Bafana is doing the most, my brother.
I'm saying the rest of yours is in Pirates and Chiefs.
No,
Don't
there's no
bring
Chiefs.
me into
There's no
this.
Chiefs
No,
players in the
I'm-
squad.
Don't bring me
There's
into
no Chiefs
this.
players in the squad.
Because
guys
you guys were talking.
what I'm
You
saying,
guys were talking
guys
so much trash last week.
It was him, first of all.
Silepe plays
was
4
him.
games for Pirates. 2 are subs.
Him.
And you don't bring him in.
I literally
Yes.
said on the show,
Ah,
if
guys.
George was here, he
Yo,
would be fighting
it's
for
okay.
you.
Nico Mobi is number 15. And you bring him.
I was
ahead of
gonna
other-
fight for you.
No,
You were
guys.
far.
Chiefs are just
But George,
they're
remember
has-beens.
the coach has got his plan. You understand? And he doesn't want to interrupt his plan.
No,
as well.
but Silepe was 2 months ago.
He's part of his plan.
He was the super sub. He was 2 months ago.
Exactly.
He
Of
wasn't
course,
part
I
of
agree with you. I agree.
Mbokazi was not a part of any plans.
You know that's
Hill.
Bruce for you.
That's tough.
Heel,
I
George.
mean, you look at a player like Mabasa for Orlando Pirates last
Yeah.
season. I'm not talking about this
Yeah,
season.
yeah, yeah.
Last season he was banging goals game in, game out. But he was not getting the
No,
nod.
but I'm doing like for like because I understand Mabasa because he was playing Mahopa and he likes Mahopa regardless of the scoring. But if I was to go into the league and pick a defensive midfielder, I'm going with Cele over Silepe.
Yeah, but what
I
I'm
think-
saying is, Hugo Bruce have shown in the past that he's got his own way of picking up
vision.
players.
He's
and
shown
he's
in the past that he doesn't like
Kaizer Chiefs
Chiefs.
fans are just
stubborn.
mad.
No, how
This
many?
is
How
this
many
is you
times?
being mad. You're mad.
How many
You're
times?
mad at the fact
how
that your
many
team ain't
times has
shit.
Bruce, how many
Your
times?
team didn't do shit.
What do you mean?
That's why they.
No, but
So Nico Mobi did something at Supersport.
they almost got
So
relegated.
Nico Mobi
anyway.
did something at
No, no, no,
Supersport.
but
At the end
I
of the
think
day,
it's
you
bigger
have
than
to
that.
make
Ricardo
He
Goss
doesn't.
did something at
Hugo
Supersport.
knows what he's doing, though.
Ricardo Goss did something at Super.
Are we not
This is
undefeated
the
in how
same
many
coach.
games?
No. This is the same coach that has trended how many times because of his Chiefs comments.
No, I get
Specifically.
where you're coming from. If you're
How
a Chiefs,
many times?
If you're a Chiefs fan, you'll feel aggrieved. But what I'm saying is,
Yes,
No.
Yeah.
Every time he fixes his mouth to speak about Chiefs.
No.
No.
He always Last time, remember when he
No,
arrived.
I get you. I'm not
He's
saying.
taken players from teams that have done nothing.
Yes.
And he makes them
That's
winners.
fine.
So
So,
you think he's
does that
biased?
mean by default, in his words, Akere always says
Is he
they play
biased?
for Chiefs, and because Chiefs is not doing anything, I'm not going to pick them. But then he goes and picks somebody from a team that's below us.
Yeah,
Doesn't that go
George,
against the
no,
words?
No. I
of
think
that
you're being
he said?
disingenuous,
No.
George.
Those are his words.
No, you're being disingenuous because Nico Mobi has been in that squad even when SuperSport was still doing well.
How many games did he play?
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about he's been part of the
Lively.
squad, he's part of the plan of the coach.
No. But listen to what I'm saying.
If Nico Mobi had not been part of the setup prior, then I'll
Then he
agree
would-
with that.
I'm saying
No,
that I trust.
I'm going off of the logic that was said by Hugo Bruce.
Okay.
He says about Chiefs that I can't bring Chiefs players in because they're not winning anything. So and then he said that what did he say? You just beat Sundowns, you just beat Pirates, and now you think I must pick you. So now I'm saying that that's a weird logic if you've got players in your team that have literally done nothing.
So I'm disputing your example.
No, that's what he said.
No. I'm just like Nico
I'm
Mobi has
rebuking
been
Chiefs
No.
there.
But
supporters in
then what
general.
did I say? I said like for like. I'm talking about Silepe.
Yeah.
Ne?
Yeah.
Forget
Celebre plays for Pirates.
Why
forget-
would I so?
whoa.
Why are you fighting for him so
Forget
much?
about the league. Forget
Yeah.
about
England.
Chiefs.
Yeah.
In the league,
Yeah.
Silepe's only played 4 games.
Yeah.
He's only.
How,
and
how
wait,
old is Tele versus Celebre?
How old is Tembas one?
Why didn't you answer the question that's asked to you?
No, I'm just giving an
No.
example.
Even okay. Why didn't he take one of the under-20s who
No, of
just
course.
won the AFCON?
But George,
no.
George.
Well, I'm trying to show you something. He didn't take any of the under-20s that have just won the AFCON. So now Silep has only had 4 games. You could have taken, who's that kid, the captain of Bafana, the Kekana kid, and said, come through because you have game time. You've won at a continental level.
So my question-
Now, I'm not saying that the coach must do.
Yes.
I'm not saying that the coach must pick Chiefs players.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is, when he speaks
He contradicts himself.
When he speaks about Chiefs specifically,
Yeah,
I've said
but also
before-
drop in form means you're gonna be chopped because I've seen, for example, with big teams like.
No, I agree with George to a degree.
He's mad.
No.
Chiefs people
No,
are
he's got a
better.
point.
They're just
In-
better.
Oh, he's mad.
Specifically, I'm fine with Bruce
Are you
picking
sure?
whoever. No, I'm fine with Bruce picking whoever he picks. But every time he speaks about Chiefs, last he trended why? Because he said something similar and then he had to go and apologize to Ntseki
Yeah.
and sit him down for lunch and coffee and then bring in Modi. So this is what I'm saying.
was really
Rather don't say anything.
Yeah,
Because
so the point that I was trying to make
Yeah.
is that he takes I think Hugo Bruce takes time to warm up to players.
Yeah.
You could have like a very good season and then still not be picked by Hugo Bruce, and he will go pick a player that he has tried before and continue with that. But I understand his comments are sort of like contradictory.
And that
Weird.
excludes Chiefs players. Let's be okay with that. Just not try and bring Kibentamo. As long as Chiefs players are not there, I'm happy as a football lover. I'm very much happy because guess what? The record proves that we are doing very well without him.
He still didn't win
he
a cup.
doesn't have to speak about Chiefs. I'm just saying, just keep quiet.
No, Chiefs is a big club in
Why
South
are you
Africa.
trending?
Donna, you have a
Jay.
cup. Don't worry. Don't
Why are you
worry.
trending every day?
have a
Speaking
cup.
about Chiefs. Rather leave us alone.
Nah, nah,
We're
nah.
sitting
Back
in
it
our
up.
houses
You're mad.
quiet.
You're
George,
mad.
the line at NetBank is long. You are fine.
You are fine,
babe.
you are fine.
This one I don't know about this one, but
It's
you're
okay.
fine.
We have got more
MTN.
players than
Yeah,
Yeah,
fine.
yeah,
And then
yeah,
keep
yeah,
our
yeah,
10 rand to
yeah,
pay.
yeah. Yo, ish.
When you are USA, Trump and deporter.
No, but at least us
When
we
Musa
can
get
smoke
genocide,
Lady Killer.
Trump will be like-
Us, we have Lady Killer. We have coconut coils on our thing. We're fine.
Nah, I love the passion for Kaizer Chiefs. And listen, guys, it's just banter, but chill. This time, he didn't make the cuts. Just allow it. It's okay, George. Just focus on the net bank. You'll be fine. Maybe your players will be good enough to be in the Bafana
Ghana
squad.
winning.
Skawaragan.
Ask him.
Skawaragan.
Yeah, what do you
Don't
have?
worry about
Ghana
me.
winning.
Don't worry
Yeah.
about me. Don't worry about... What about yourself?
Participation.
Ghana winning.
Participation.
Speaking of winning,
Nothing.
speaking of winning,
Nothing.
Benny McCarthy secures his first win with Kenya. How do you guys feel about that?
Yes, you can go ahead.
Even Rulani Alibatle Luna. I'm just saying. He shut down the chats. The links to Chiefs, he was like, nah.
Still talking about?
Okay, let's move on.
Talking about Rulani, apparently pyramids are here in the country to speak to him.
Yeah.
Really?
According
I
to
know.
SABC Sport.
It's a bad move.
Really? Are they here?
It's
Here
a
we go.
bad move.
No, okay, but when
Wait,
you go,
why?
go Mandela Square.
They just got to. You're following. You're following a guy that has just won the Champions League.
Yes.
You already see what happened when you tried to revive We Dead.
Okay.
Now imagine the pressure that's going to be on Rulani's head
be a lot.
now when he comes in and he's trying to win with the current Champions League champions.
Yeah.
Already we know how Egyptians feel about it.
But I think they're
South
smart.
Africans.
Pyramids is smart because for the fact that they flew in here to come chat to the dude. But
Yeah.
you know, every time I think of Rulani, I see him in the Kimchanza Lebo Nota, man. Una lebo goat
But you
here.
won't know.
Una lebo goat here.
Nota.
Like, yeah, like Rulani's got this goatness thing about him where he knows he's an achiever, he knows he's a winner.
but
you have to
Nota's a
prove
bad
it.
example
But-
because Nota says that he was paying for DSTV at the age of 5. So I don't know.
No.
Nota says he made hip hop.
No, not.
Rulani can't say he made football.
I know,
don't
I know,
He says his
I know
family
he
made
finished
pirates.
apartheid. That's not a force.
Ah, ganjani.
Not finished apartheid.
Continue, Chief.
George,
Ah,
Continue, Chief.
you are touching a very.
It's a
hey.
trend, Alana. But
Okay, but then can I ask then, Urulani, if we're having an honest conversation, he was at Pirates, he was at Cheaper, obviously younger days and all of that stuff. He
Early
was at
days.
Sundowns. It's sheltered, it's structured. Do you think that he's making the right moves right now? Because he went to Wydad, they gave him everything, 20 whatever players and all of that
Staff.
stuff.
did
coaching
they though? I
staff,
think
yeah.
they gave him everything but time.
But isn't that to be expected in Morocco?
I think they were very, very harsh on him.
Is it harsh or is it normal?
But that's that. But that. We
Well,
spoke
normal
about
does
it
not
before.
make it right to
I
them.
know,
It's
I
their
know,
norm,
yeah.
but it's harsh.
Well, you see, for me, the moment it's like when Pizzo went to Al Ahly, the first thing we knew was that Al Ahly is going to give you 1 month, Chief. Like, you have to go win the Champions League. It doesn't matter what you do. Even while he won the Champions League, they were making noise. Urulani is going to Wydad, a team that was at the top, and they've brought him in specifically to go, my guy, we're number 6 right now. We need to be number 1, right? So I'm not surprised. I remember when he moved, I did say that, fam, I wouldn't have gone there right there. But maybe I will give him credit for maybe pyramids to say, I think Urulani is a
Uzan.
champagne coach.
Yeah.
He's a sushi coach. So
Top notch, top flavor.
there's no other
yeah.
richer team in Africa, I believe, than pyramids. So maybe it will work there, but I don't like the fact that he's putting himself back into that position. I think he needs to learn a little bit. I like that he said it on the interview with Robert Marawa, where he said that, no, I'm learning. Some of
Yeah.
these things I was testing myself. I wanted to test myself with building a team because I'd never done it.
Yeah.
So maybe testing yourself is fine, but unfortunately, you saw what testing yourself did to Coach Pizzo.
yeah.
Yeah, but I
he
mean,
did say
I
he's
think
missed-
it's a bad example if you're going to compare him to Coach Peter, because Coach Peter actually went there and
won.
and
won.
won.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
You
Yeah.
know, but I think I agree with you when you say that he is building. Maybe he's choosing the wrong teams to build at,
Yes.
because you
Right,
can't
right.
build in a revolving door.
Yeah.
You know,
Ooh, what a statement.
you know. So
To be
I think he needs to pick maybe lesser teams and
Yeah.
lower
With
his.
less
Maybe come to Tanzania a little bit, like what Fadlu
Fadlu.
is doing,
Come
and
to
then
Zim.
maybe build going there. But I think once you taste and eat girl,
Ukasibatle anything is. So
you don't want anything else.
Yummy.
So in the same
How did you
interview-
land
I want to
there?
make a joke so bad, but yo,
Right,
in the
right,
same
right,
I don't
right.
wanna-
With
I
Robert.
don't
Hit,
wanna-
please,
No,
I beg
thank
you.
you.
I
We'd
beg
say,
you.
I think also with declining the Glamour Boys job or the links to the thing, he was, I think, more or less giving props to Nebi for the work that he's done. Because Chiefs, as much as I talk a lot of trash about them, they've beaten Sundowns. Yes?
See, now you're gonna make me say
They've beaten
negative things. I
Pirates.
fought for my team so much.
No,
Now you're gonna make me say negative
no.
things.
They've beat the big team.
We
So
all
so,
beat each
so,
other.
so you understand that why. And so I think also he was just trying to say, hats off, this is a big job for me. I can't take this job. So he must just maybe try there somewhere there, Kubuma, Makesi, maybe there.
Did you hear? He said that he actually had real chats about Richards Bay.
That's what
Like
I'm
he had
saying.
compiled reports and everything.
But I think he's going to be a brilliant coach. In general, his managerial career is going to be massive. And I think I could see him coaching Bafana one day. I'm not saying now. He might need to mature into his role first.
Can we see him in Europe?
With his champagne? I think he could do better than Imirim, to be fair. At Man United, he could land.
Yeah, but the thing is, in Europe, like they never look in Africa. That's the sad part.
Yeah.
They don't.
What?
No matter how brilliant you are, they don't.
Mm.
I think when Pizzo left Al Ahly, at least he could have got a job in, let's say, Belgium.
Yeah.
Southampton.
As a segue maybe to France.
Yeah.
But they don't look in Africa for some odd reason. They don't.
Do you think that maybe it also comes down to what Coach Pizzo was speaking about, that he's more respected outside than he's respected here? And maybe if our coaches had those bases, like
Hmm.
if our coaches had the support, like if Africa was saying that Coach Pito is the best African coach ever,
Yeah.
do you think that maybe it might be easier to convince people that side?
to take them on.
I, for one, I don't agree with that statement.
Mm.
Pito was given a job to coach Bafana. That's a highest
The
level
highest.
form of
Mm.
coaching in your country.
in your country.
Yeah.
But
That's,
sometimes don't you,
that's appreciation
but don't
of
you have
your
to
work.
lie? No, I mean in media, don't you have to lie? Like sometimes we get told by these 31-year-old coaches, the Brighton coach, and they say, "Oh, it's the best coach
Why are you
in
pointing
the
at me?
world."
Why-
Yeah,
why
he
was it
pointed at you.
Oh,
I'm
So
like,
are you saying our PR is crap?
31 is young. 31 is too young.
Wow, George.
You were saying?
Okay.
No,
Okay.
are you saying like PR is a problem?
Yeah, that in Africa we don't, because Coach Pito also said that he got the jobs in Asia because he did the job for Al Ahly.
yeah.
So the word within the Arab community
Yeah.
spread.
Mm.
And he was able to would it be easier for him if we were literally saying that this is the Urulan, if we're lying
As
right
South
now?
Africa.
Yeah, and we're
Oh, okay.
saying this is the best coach. Do you think that might help?
I don't think so. I just think we are looked down upon.
To be fair.
Yeah,
Even
I
our
don't
leagues.
We look down on ourselves. We had this.
Well,
problem.
Yeah, no,
we've found a way to wiggle ourselves to home conversations, Karulani. So I want to talk about what's happening inside the Glamour Boys' camp and also Orlando Pirates as well. So we've got Umako and Munyane leaving four Chiefs. Now look at this. It's imenkulu iphana ngama player. It's imenkulu mangabe sesiright ngama players phana ngawo and
You
the
see
Chiefs
why?
is there to grab.
You see why?
No,
No,
but
I was
then-
waiting for this. I don't
no,
want to
this
lie.
conversation
I
has
was
had the
waiting for this.
fans split. Let's talk football wise. Do you think these two? First of all, why would Chiefs make such a signing? And number two, do you think they'll be utilized or it's just to strengthen squad because
he's a free
maybe
agent.
sub? What are your thoughts?
No, he's a free agent. My team loves free agents.
Mm.
Sometimes you ask the question whether we're signing players because we need them or we're signing players because they're available.
Yeah,
That's the question that you
Ooh,
have for
that's
here.
tough.
So Marco and Munyane,
Munyane at least.
I have a basic rule.
Okay.
Players that have won things away from Chiefs and have been part of successful teams shouldn't come to Chiefs.
Why do you say that?
Because when they get to Chiefs, they are guys that, man, it's ticking the box. You know, I've played for the best teams, I've won whatever. Now I can play for the biggest.
Yeah.
You know, you hear them all speak, oh, Tamalam will turn the Chiefs. And now I've got a chance to play for them. And they usually die quickly. If you think about Serene,
So you're saying the motivation's not in the right place?
we forget where they come from.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but also it's been a long time for Munyane. I mean, 13 years in the club is it's a long time.
But then now you're coming to Chiefs. What are you going to do? at Chiefs?
Whose fault the Chiefs
Why-
is trying to sign?
Why
him?
aren't we shopping where Pirates is shopping, where Sundowns is shopping? Why are we shopping?
I don't
your
know, man. I
guys'
don't know. But he broke the silence. And he said in an interview that as he embarks on this new journey, he wants to cherish the memories he has with Pirates, and all the unforgettable times, the trophies that he's won. Yeah, I mean, he's not gonna win trophies where he's going.
So might as well cherish them now.
But the love.
But the love is too much. And what about Marco?
I feel the same about both.
How do you
of them.
feel about
Marco wasn't a starter at Pirates. Why am I taking a player that wasn't a starter?
Because you guys need a place to start. In general, Jay, when coming to this footballing
I
thing.
need someone who can start immediately.
So what if he does start?
he hasn't been a starter? What am I expecting from Marco?
Yes.
You get what I mean? Like, what
So
am I
you- so you
expecting
haven't
from
seen
Marco?
So what is
enough for you
Nebi
to be like,
thinking
yeah.
buying these two players? And just put me in Nebi's head. Like, why would he make? Yes, free agents, I
Yeah.
get it and all, but what is he gaining from it? Because these people are gonna be.
Is Inabi signing?
I don't want to say it.
Oh, okay, touche.
Yeah.
Asaz.
Well, let's
don't
be
wanna
honest.
say it.
I mean, I don't think it's Nabi signing.
Yeah. Who do you think is
It's Bobby.
Bobby?
We all know.
Oh, Bobby.
Bobby signs for.
I said Napop steak.
Bobby agent. No more sales. No more marketing. No more
Everything.
recruitment.
It's
Eh?
everything.
He's everything. He's
Including the
he's
sign.
the Avengers one man.
Yeah.
He's low key. He's
One man. He
he's
owns, he
Thor.
owns the Avengers. He
He's
owns
Thor.
Marvel. It's just
No, he
one
is
man
Kaiser
says
Chiefs.
one thing.
But also in that position, George, coming to you, yes, you're not happy with the signing. I mean, obviously, Marco is a left back.
Yeah.
You've got
Right,
Cross, and rumor has it, Mashian, rumor has it, Dove is leaving.
Yeah.
So wouldn't Marco be a fit? Because I think Marco is a fighter.
Is Marco not the same as Dove? In where they are, what they are?
I feel like Marco is a bit better or a lot better offensively than
Yeah.
Dove. in my view.
Do we
And I
need
think it's a good addition to your team.
Do we need an offensive left back? Because we tried that.
Clearly you do, because you signed.
You signed, bro. And you know what? It says Kaizer Chiefs moves quickly to secure Marco. This is not me. It's the way Chiefs is moving,
I
bro.
know.
Have they
You
announced
move
them
quickly.
actually? Have they announced them?
They haven't announced.
They haven't. So
Yeah.
it's still in the works.
Yeah,
That's
So
what's
it's not a
happening.
done deal necessarily.
That's
Okay.
what's happening right
But
there.
rumor has it that Marco actually had signed, it's rumor mills, right?
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
That he had signed a pre-contract with Kaizer Chiefs.
Oh.
So how the pre-contract works is that if you go into the last 6 months of your contract with the
With
team,
no renewal.
you can sign a pre-contract
Yeah.
with another
Just
team
another team.
without having to speak to the other team.
So you just go to
Yeah, look,
Like
I mean,
Trent did,
if your
more or less.
current team is not saying anything,
You can't wait.
yeah, you start now talking to other teams. And for Marcus, in Marcus' case, I understand why, because you're not a starter at Paris.
Mm.
There is a natural winger that is ahead of you
Hoto.
in Horto.
Yeah.
So if you're not being
He needs
offered
game
anything,
time as well.
in his game time, he's 31.
Utla fella 31 3-year contract. Alleged 3-year contract.
Look,
34
going
by
to
the time
Kaizer
he's
Chiefs
done.
is definitely going to enhance his brand.
That's you see.
100%.
Listen.
100%. He's there for the
That's,
bag.
that's a reality.
He's there for the bag.
Hey, listen, let him take his advantage.
Take it as advantage. And while we're speaking about other transfers that are happening in the PSL, we've got Bradley Ropla is set for Sekhukhune switch as he's about to leave Super Sports. How do you feel about that one?
It makes sense. Eric Tinkler could use that.
Yeah.
You know, there's some coaches, Eric Tinkler, Gavin Hunt, they use those
Just say
type
white
of
coaches.
players.
Yeah.
The white coaches. They
Oh, you
use
wanna
those
say-
guys.
That's a wild
You
statement.
didn't want to say.
No, but
You didn't want to say.
Like
But
I could
then-
see the look in his eyes. He's like,
It's the white
white
coach.
coach.
no, you could use him. But you see, that's an old player that
Roger
is-
Disa.
once I call it. No, that's a player that still he's currently third, I believe, all time.
Yeah.
Third all time PSL scorer behind Shalulile and
Nomvete.
Bele.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Nomvete.
Nomvete.
Ipele.
So he could still be of use, especially when he goes to a white coach.
Could still be of use.
So he still has that.
Maybe the white coaches don't use Muti much in their strategies
Like
to
Pirates.
Kevin
do
said
things.
today,
They don't
you were
pull
in
a
it.
Sundowns or Chiefs. Like they just yeah.
The Pirates fan.
Bana,
The Pirates fan.
guys, we have manure that we use. It's white in color. We spread before the matches so the players don't slip.
manure.
It's just all a tactic.
And then
vibes.
tell me about the post.
Yeah, why is it by the post specifically and
When
nowhere
you
else?
guys walk into the post and stand
yeah,
there and
then you.
The post is history. The history I'm talking about right.
Whoa, chemical engineering.
You know what I mean?
Now, let's talk about history. We've had an African team beat England for the first time in their entire
Oh.
lives. Mina angazi kanjani, but it's like I don't understand how Senegal pulled it off. You still have your likes of your Hurricanes in that squad, and then here you are, Africa making a name for yourselves and beating a team like England, a team that did really well in the Euros. You know, so what does this mean for African squads? Are you saying maybe when European squads look at us, they think weak?
When you look at European squads, you think strong.
Yeah,
strong.
it's
course.
a mindset thing.
It's a mindset thing.
So I think when you look at it, really, it's just like, okay, cool. The Europeans look at the Africans like, no, it's weak. We can relax.
Yeah.
Then the Africans look at the Europeans like, yo, these guys are strong. We need to push, right? And ultimately, I think it comes down to like a mindset thing where it's like, whoever has the eagerness to win this game, and it's obviously from an African perspective, it's
Yeah.
like, I know we have to.
Yeah.
And I think it was a wonderful thing in history. I think we're gonna talk about I don't think it's as hyped as it should be.
Because it's Africa.
That's that part.
Can I ask, how about this? You have Sadio Mane that are playing for Senegal. Are we also downgrading those guys when we think that they can't beat England because Sadio played in
Played in
England,
England,
he
yeah.
did all of that stuff?
But also you think about the talent that's packed in the England squad. I think the problem is Tuchel here, or Tuchel, however you guys say it. I think it's German. How do you say his name? It's Tuchel. Tuchel.
Oh, Yamal.
That one.
Yeah, but because, I mean, you've got kuna squad depth to England. I mean, you just mentioned the first 11.
Yeah.
Kuna bo Hurricane, kuna bo Bellingham,
Saka,
kuna bo
Bellingham,
Foden.
Trent, Tony,
Pressure.
pressure.
What pressure? Yeah, but so that's what I'm saying. It's also looking. It doesn't matter who you play in your first 11 and your starting 11. If your club loses, we beat England. Klar. Whether you're playing bench,
Yeah.
you're just testing out Tuchel or Tuchel. Hey, Thomas, I don't know what to say your last name, brother.
Mara,
But again, we're looking down on Senegal.
what has
Yeah.
England
What-
done?
Also, Senegal
Final.
has
Yeah,
done
final.
great. Senegal
Huh?
has got like stars in that team.
Yeah.
Senegal won the AFCON, wasn't
Yeah.
it? They won
Yeah.
the AFCON just a few years ago.
OGs.
Like
OGs.
those are real players.
real
They're
players.
So
legit
England was playing
players.
against a massive team.
Can I ask you then, what's the biggest African team then?
Bafana.
Morocco right now.
Morocco right now, I would
Mm.
say.
And they're gonna say, PD. No, no. Let me just say, the reason I'm saying Bafana is because of the brilliant run we are currently on, and it's impressive for us. Even us, we are shocked
Yeah.
as to what's going on there in the club.
I don't know about shots.
Okay, Morocco, because of their performance in the World Cup and in Europe, they do very well. I won't lie. About Hakimi, best right back in the world.
Oh,
Yes,
welcome.
yes. After
Hi.
Trent, after Trent.
Niggas like to talk
They
so
just
much shit.
changed.
After
niggas like to
Trent.
talk
Yeah,
shit.
man.
The best right back in the world after Trent.
Okay.
Continue, Prince. Continue.
I want to put
Okay.
Bafana-
continue.
So, do you put weight behind their unbeaten run
a lot, bro.
if we're
Because
playing Bo Mozambique, Bo Tanzania?
look, I'm very hopeful.
Hey,
I think
yo,
Hugo,
Anyaza, yo.
I think Hugo is cooking,
No,
and I
no
think
disrespect.
being on the verge of qualifying for the World Cup is massive for us. You know, for the first time we qualify for it in the right
Properly,
way,
without papers.
without the papers, without Butler doing envelope allegedly.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. But I think looming the World Cup and qualifying
Looming the World Cup. Say loom and
with the World Cup looming.
This nigga, bro.
With the World
like-
Cup looming, I think we're gonna see a different Bafana. That's why I'm rating them up there. Yes, I'm biased in what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yes, obviously Morocco, Senegal are doing absolutely well. Africa representing. Egypt does really well. Do they?
Can give you the top 10 right now.
Give me the top 10, my
CAF
brother.
rankings.
Please,
Yeah.
let's go.
Morocco at number 1, Senegal at number 2, Nigeria at number 3,
I saw that coming.
Egypt at number 4, Cote d'Ivoire at number 5, Tunisia at number 6, Algeria at number 7,
Bafana.
Mali at number 8, Cameroon at number 9,
Damn.
South Africa at number 10. It took a while to break into the top 10.
Top 10.
But that's good considering
Where we come from.
Yeah, no, I know. That's
Plus, since
good.
World Cup, my brother,
Ah,
look at
that's
Zakala. Like everywhere I go, just vuvuzelas. I'm just
that
seeing
lion.
Danny Alves in my sleep. I'm trying to sleep. I'm just seeing Danny Alves. I'm like, I'm traumatized.
Do you think
So-
they'll bring that lion back?
Wait,
Fun.
can I ask you something?
Sakumi. Yeah.
Guys, can I ask you something? Do you think right now, if we to play Nigeria, like next week, I think they're top 3, ain't it?
Yeah.
If we play Nigeria right now,
Mm.
who's getting washed? Who's getting their asses whooped?
Nigeria.
I don't know
Any
about-
day. Nigeria cannot win in South Africa on anything.
Nigerians, come for us.
Jollof level.
Nigeria, we are not scared of you, Nigeria. Super Eagles, correct? We are not scared of you. As Bafana, we want you on a gravel. in
George,
fact.
what's wrong, George?
We want you on a gravel. I'm
George, no,
confident to say
speak,
that
George.
Bafana, the way they're playing, Nigeria couldn't get their asses whooped.
Did you hear the caveat?
Yeah, I heard it. I was there. But also,
Did you hear the caveat?
So you're saying
In South Africa. We're unbeaten in South Africa. But when we go outside,
But we played a draw there. Remember?
They also beat
They
us
also
in
beat
the
us in-
AFCON.
yeah.
so are you scared of
so-
Nigeria?
Yeah?
Are you scared of
I
Nigeria?
wouldn't say scared, but the
As,
stats are
okay,
the
as a
stats.
South African, George, you're a football person. You have extensive football knowledge. If Nigeria right now were to play
George
Bafana,
is South Africa.
Oh, one, you
Say
see,
it,
you
say
see.
it.
George,
George, no.
George, tell
As
the
a
truth.
sports analyst
This
on
is
this
peer
on
pressure.
this cast, George,
No.
are you saying that we will get our asses whooped by
Not
Nigeria?
whooped.
Don't be
I didn't
pressured by
say
what
whooped.
he's saying.
Shh, when are
I
you?
didn't say
No,
whooped.
now wait.
We can beat Zimbabwe with 4 people.
No,
on the
that
field.
I know.
Okay, yeah,
That I know. Yeah, I don't want to fight. You understand? But Josh, don't feel pressure. If you say they'll whoop, say they'll whoop.
No, they're not going to whoop.
Yeah.
They're not going to whoop.
Do you know why I
Are
say
they
that?
gonna win though?
Because of how you've spoken well of Bafana in the last few weeks, whenever we've spoken about them, the work that they're doing, the talent that we have. We're looking at guys who are playing the Club World Cup.
I think the question I want
most of them.
But the question, the question I want to ask you is when you look at Bafana versus a Senegal versus a Morocco,
We're getting beaten.
do you think that? do you,
We beat Morocco in AFCON.
we did actually.
Convincingly.
That's what I'm saying.
But I'm asking, do you think that Bafana can be a semi-finalist in a World Cup? And the reason why I'm asking is because they have players like Bo Hakimi, they have
Yeah.
players like Bo Mane. We have really good players, but is Bafana a team that's tooled to do well in Africa? and with the friendlies we're playing now, with the teams we're playing now,
Mm.
will we be ready to go and play a World Cup?
I think the young kids are doing absolutely amazing. And if you see most of the people that have been spoken about in football right now, are people under 25. If you look at young squads, there's a lot more hunger, nation's pride to play for your nation. And I think at the time we were taking L's, never forced about the World Cup. Ankabwa neti never forced about the World Cup. We still had nostalgia. Kadi golu tabathomo. Kure no chance khubeli something nyana. But with this young squad, I feel like there's hunger, there's pride. They want to be at top of their game when coming to playing for their national team. So.
Yeah.
But your coach also said, I didn't take the Morocco game. There was an
Yeah.
offer to play Morocco because he was like, I don't have my first team.
Yeah.
And I don't want to maybe kill these kids' confidence.
Which is fair. But honestly speaking, if we are going to be world beaters, and if you look at our team, we don't have a lot of like European-based players. So if you look at teams like Morocco, Senegal, they've got Europe-based players, which makes it easy when they play those teams because they've already climatized that side. So I think we need to be starting to be taking those friendlies because we don't have the players playing there. So we need to start taking those friendlies with teams like in Europe and other countries
England.
to start to prepare for the World Cup. We're not going to prepare for the World Cup by beating Mozambique and
In
Tanzania.
Lesotho.
It's not going to help us in any form or shape. We need to start playing those teams up there, in my opinion.
Yeah, because Lesotho is like 50 footballers. So, like, Lesotho.
Basotho.
I'm joking. I'm just saying, compared
The
to the
comments are going to
the
be Lesotho
population.
Yeah, no, they're on him on-
The
they're gonna be on him.
population
All right.
is way smaller. I say it's
And they're
Bafana.
part-time footballers.
You get what I'm saying?
I did not say
One
anything.
Kalwan.
That's the reality.
No, like Badi Sadi Pere during the week.
Wow.
Ah.
Wow.
Prince,
Hey, I was about to
Wow.
say that.
Yo.
yeah,
I'm putting myself on the
His-
firing
his
line
voice
here.
is going to be hoarse next week when he has to.
we're actually
write
playing
comments.
Comoros today when this episode drops.
Kosafa, ne?
Cause yeah.
Kosafa.
Comoros.
It'll all be okay, boys.
Kosafa is another question, but
Ish, we're gonna
Time.
we're gonna see.
We're not gonna finish. We're not gonna
It's a good
finish.
preparation, Josh.
It's
I
a
know where you're
preparation.
coming.
for who?
To get the youngsters up into the ranks.
Ah.
Who's playing Kosafa?
We've got youngsters, let's be honest.
But what other teams are playing? But it's fine.
It's
You see, that's why
Kosafa.
you
Remember
undermine
Kosafa,
development.
it's
No,
below the
You
equator.
guys
no.
are undermining development youth, and then you're gonna complain.
That's not what we're saying.
What are you saying?
We're saying the competition.
No, there's no link.
doesn't
between,
matter
but
who's
there's no
playing.
link between Kosafa and Bafana.
But it doesn't matter who's playing.
That's
Really?
because Bruce is not coaching it, George.
No, there's no link. Which players come from Kosafa and played for Bafana?
They will eventually.
They will, exactly. They will.
Well, good news as ngakhuluma ngako, but I'm excited about the Club World Cup.
Yeah.
I'm excited to still have football playing. And yeah, anything, George?
He does that a lot.
You know, and,
Every
and,
time.
and I'm never ready.
I'm starting
bro.
to think it's not a joke.
Yeah, I'm starting
Like,
to
I
think
think
he's
he-
the old age is getting
Yeah,
to
the
him.
old
Like,
age is
he's-
getting
Okay,
to his-
okay.
he's
Get you
right
last punch.
at it.
Get you last punch.
Yeah, dude.
By the way, guys, this episode has been sponsored by Betway. Please do remember to bet responsibly and not for people under the age of 18. And winners, please do know when to stop. Ralarata, khatata.
He has to say it in Sesotho because
Yeah, Basuti.
because Basu is trying to redeem himself. Coming for him. Shots, please be ready for that clip.
No, but the Sotho people haven't encountered Bahutwa. Marakimo.
Shots, please just add that in as
No,
well.
but no,
Like
shots.
back
What I
to
mean,
back.
but I've had two I would say helpers or domestics from Lesotho. One umpethile braai pheke.
Olela Braipeke. Olela Braipeke. No.
Ke mang a utswang braai pheke, Ju?
Like, no.
But
Do you
thought it was
even
gonna be
know?
something
Do you even know
serious,
it's
yes.
hair?
Yes, it is her.
How do you know you just didn't eat it out of gluttony?
No, it was there, my brother. First and shapa li container tsa salt and pepper. Kancane maforo kahamba 1-1. And then I got a new one. That new one was I think she used to steal stuff for her boyfriend. She was stealing my socks, like random stuff would go missing. And I was like, maybe I should try domestic from here. But those ones from here, they'll steal the microwave and leave the plate that rotates on the table just for vibes. How in a shop go better the rim, Rumela Tabang, the George, the Des, but better the rim.
Prince, please end the show.
I don't
It's
wanna
video
say
boy
anything.
PD jokes, and I'm here with
The one only independent variable, your mama's favorite boyfriend and your girlfriend's baby daddy is Desley.
George Bukana, aka Mr. OT, your baby daddy's favorite
No,
analyst.
stop.
It's still bangs. It's still
You
bangs.
never had that.
It's still bangs.
And this is the Banter League on side. Let the boys fight it out. We'll see you at the Club World Cup. Have fun. Please let us know what you want us to talk about. If there's anything we missed in the comment section. And a huge shout out to our huge bigger supporter, Gift. See you, my boy.
Shout out Gift.
I see you, Gift. You and me, close friends.
On side.
Finally, we check out the newest, freshest footballing show. But it's not just about football, it's also about the banter. It's on a league of its own. Onside the Banter League. It's the Banter League.